In this job review, we're going to look at a position which is about a manager customer experience design. And we're going to look at how much management there actually is and how much design there is in this role. So let's dive into it. I'm here on servicedesignjobs.com, and my attention was drawn by this position: manager, customer experience design at workplace safety and instruction board in Toronto, Canada. So let's take a deeper look inside this job. So when we open it, we get this job. And let's just break it down. There are a few things that I really liked about this job. There are some questions that I have, and let's break down to who I think this job is most applicable to. So let's start with the job summary. The interesting thing, which I also referenced in one of the previous job reviews, is knowing about the position you will take as a service designer in the organization. So they're talking about the customer experience manager design. And then it says here, you will lead a team. So that's the first important sign. And there is another section, you will provide support to the assistant director of customer experience design. So this already gives you an idea where you'll be in the organization, which is quite important to understand what your roles and capabilities need to be, and also if this is already a position that you desire. Further on in this job description, there's another interesting thing, which is about you're going to provide a collaboration session with senior management and executive level teams. So this really means that they are looking for somebody who's human-centered / service design / customer experience advocate. So you need to be on par to actually deliver that to executive level teams. Now, there's a whole list of major responsibilities. It's program management, it's strategy and execution, it's research, benchmarking and analysis, it's leadership, and finally it's vendor management. So if we take a high level view on these major responsibilities, there are some things that stood out here for me. You'll be implementing a customer experience program. That's interesting. What does that mean? How far has the customer experience program advanced? I would be really curious to learn about this. You will have monthly executive level presentations. So again, the executive level is sort of stressed over here. Which again indicates the position in the organization and the importance of this role. They also mention in this responsibilities section is that you'll be developing both short-term and long-term objectives, which is, there is short-term and long-term business plan and setting of goals and objectives. So this is quite interesting because in most service design positions, when you're just starting out, you're just focusing on doing the work and you're not so much involved in setting goals and objectives. So this is quite an interesting thing to have in these responsibilities. What else? There is something about a customer, what do they call it? The Center of Expertise for Customer Service. Let me do a expertise. Yeah, there it is. Create a center of expertise. So you're not just developing a customer experience program, you're also developing a center of expertise for customer service excellence. Again, this is quite an interesting thing, quite high level, quite strategic. So this is a role which I would say is quite senior. You probably need some hands-on experience with both how the design process works, but also how to run teams, manage teams. They talk about plan, manage, and control day-to-day work of the team, which includes all these things. So I totally get why they have manager and management in the job title. There are a lot of management things in here. The thing that they are requiring is minimum of 6 to 10 years experience in the following areas, which totally makes sense. I think this isn't a position for a junior person. If you are interested in doing hands-on, on-the-ground service design work, this probably isn't the job for you. But if you're interested in sort of advancing your career, if you're more interested in mentoring and coaching teams, if you're interested in engaging with stakeholders, probably dealing with a lot of internal politics, and getting better at that, then this might be something that you're interested in. Now, I had some questions around this job position. Now, one of the first questions that I had was, there are quite a lot of responsibilities. I would be interested to know, what is the imagined time allocation per responsibility. Now, it might sound quite instrumental, but when I read something like plan, manage, and control day-to-day work of a team, I know people who have this in their job description and as a responsibility. It takes up 80% of their time. So this leadership position, how much time will I be spending on this? Is it a day a week? Is it 4 days a week? So this is quite important, because this would flip the perspective on this role from somebody who's building a strategy, moving it forward, versus somebody who's really running the operations, which might also be the case. So I would really be interested in what's the time allocation, what's the percentage per responsibility. And the other question that I would have is, there are quite some challenging things in here. Setting up a center of expertise and creating a customer management program. Those are quite big things. That's what you're asking from me, but what kind of resources will I have at my disposal to actually get this done? So in a lot of job descriptions, you'll see, this is what we ask from you, but most job descriptions forget to add, like, this is what we have to offer, and not what we have to offer in terms of culture or salaries, which are both important, but also which, again, resources, people, budgets will I have to achieve these goals. That will, again, help me to shape my idea if this is actually feasible for me, and if this is something that I would like to do. Now, in terms of practicalities, I'd love to see a salary indication. It's not here, but again, I think that should be part of every job description. And also a small practicality over here, where they say, due to the volume of applications we receive, we are only able to contact candidates that are selected. I don't know, when you're doing a customer experience kind of job application, this isn't the best candidate application, just not at least sending one message back to somebody who's been rejected. For the effort that goes into it, I sort of feel, especially with these kind of jobs, that it's important to also pay some attention to the candidate application. So to summarize, I think the overall impression is that this position, the responsibilities they have outlined, totally makes sense. They are coherent when you look at them from a high-level perspective. It totally makes sense that they are asking for 6 to 10 years. It doesn't surprise me. It seems like quite a challenging role. I think that this is a position for somebody who's really looking into the next stage of their career. Maybe somebody who's been doing hands-on service design work for a few years, has been in a team, has been in an internal team, and now is interested and to see if they are also able to make a team perform better and to sell the idea of customer experience and service design internally. So you have to be a mentor, you have to enjoy the internal politics to be good at this role. My question to you is, do you know somebody who might fit this role, and which question would you have in the interview when you would be applying for this job? What's the most important thing that's on your mind? Leave a comment down below. Let's continue the conversation over there. And in this next video, Daniela explores a completely different job, but interesting as well. So click over here, say hi to Daniela, and enjoy the job description.